We go with Anfield Road layout in the loft. So without further ado, it is putting weight into wagons if it's too light. How I do it. The way I do it is I'll get the big piece I've got, but basically I use lead like that. But that's not what I'm using. I've prepped some. There is what I've prepped, putting up there, and you just cut it, put it on scales, and cut it to the weight you want to have in the back of that truck. I've got the scales next to me, and I've already worked out for what I'm doing for this truck. So, without further ado, I'll put this truck there. I've got the weight that I'm using. Sorry, it's not in focus. There we go, the weight is there. So without further ado, and for this job I am going to be using a scalpel, so it's not advisable for kids because I'm using a scalpel on this one I'm doing, on double-sided tape. So we'll move this out of the way first because we don't need that. We want that in show. I'm going to find the end of the double-sided, and we're going to put the double-sided on the back of the lead, and then we're going to get the scalpel and go with the scalpel. We'll go there with the scalpel, and we're going to cut round that. You can see I've got double-sided tape sticking to it. So now you're just going to cut round it, double-sided. And again, cut round it again. So there we go. Put the scalpel down on the surface somewhere, and now we're going to take all the bits we just cut off, have a look, see if I'm happy with it. Just make sure it's all cut away, what needs to be cut away. Now we get that double-sided off the back, the stickiness can make it sticky. Use a scalpel, that's where the scalpel comes in. So press it down, make sure it's really stuck to the lead that's going to act as the counterweight. That's now got double-sided on it, so we'll bring back into view the boxcar in tow. And we're going to put it in the middle. I'm going to get a pen to create where it's going. And you just press it down, because you press it down. And when you turn that upside down, it's stuck in. There's the weight in the bottom. How to weigh down your fingers using pieces of lead. Just cut them to whatever weight you want. and that's the weight I wanted to put in that one because it had too much bounce in it. So I just worked out how much heavy I wanted it to be and cut it, and then use my scales to make the weight. So I'll go without further ado now. That's how I've done it, but now I'll show you how I do the idea of it. So we've got the lead on the bench. We've got the lead on the bench. So what you do, that big piece of lead, you can cut it. It's got to be cut with scissors. You can cut it with scissors, and I cut it into strips like that, and then use the double-sided as I've just shown you at the beginning of this video. Putting weight to a loco, rolling stock I should say, sorry. And then all you do then, you get the scales. I've got digital scales, get them in view. You then work out what weight your actual loco is. Hope to turn it on. You work out what weight it is without any weight on, and it's 2.8. So what you do then, it's actually, I'll do it in kilograms, it's easier. It's 80 kilograms without weight in it. That's 80 kilograms without weight in it. So what you do, you get the, I've got a load of them cut different sizes. So you see what that weighs. That's 9 grams, 9 gram weight. That's 8 gram weight. We don't. What's that? That's a 4 gram weight. And you just cut them to be certain. That's another 4 gram. What's this one? That's a 2 gram weight. So for that carriage, for example, it weighed, what did it weigh? Let's go back to it. It weighed 80 grams. So if it's a little bit light on it on my layout, I go for putting some weight on the bottom, on the bottom of this one, underneath. You could open it up, because you can open them up by that little screw there, and put them in the inside, the weight of them. You could put it on the inside, or you could just put it under. But more than likely the easiest way to do it is open it up, get into it, and do it the same way as I've done that. I'll show you now how I do it. I'll get an actual something to put weight into. So a box cart on a flat truck. Now we'll use that there. So that weighs 80 grams. So the weight we're going to put in it, we'll go for, what's that one? That's a 5 gram. That's 5 grams. That's 8 grams. Nope, that's 4 gram. And what's that one? 4 gram. 4 gram. And 4 gram. We'll go for 2 4 grams each end on that one. We'll go for 4 grams over the wheels. For example, you'd open it up, if you can lift the roof off, and you do the routine of what I done on that one. Put in, we'll go for it again. You've got them there. You get the double-sided. You get the double-sided tape. All the double-sided tape is there. The double-sided tape is there, as you know. You put the double-sided tape and glue it and stick them to it. So that is now ends up being 8 grams, 5 grams over on the in it. Will be enough to stop that bouncing. Because I've already calculated it. I already do some calculations. Then you'd go for getting the scalpel again. Cut it. I'm not going to use the scalpel actually. I'm going to use scissors. And we'll go for cutting it all round it. Cutting it all round. So there we go, there's the weight already done, ready to use. You've got the double-sided on the back. Then you get the scalpel. Get the scalpel. We need to butcher a loco. I'll butcher that one. I'll butcher this one. No, that's already got weight in. We'll use that ambulance. We'll use that ambulance loco. And all you do, you get your scalpels under, get the double-sided off. Put that on the weight. There, that ends up, because in total there's 2 4 grams are going on the bottom of that one there. Putting some weight in it and it'll stop it bouncing. So that ends up being in total, that is 8 grams going on the bottom of that loco. What is ample for what it is. I've already worked it out. So you get the loco in the cradle. Loco goes in cradle, as you can see. Loco in cradle. Then you get it over as much as you can. Bear with me, you get the scalpel again. And you just bounce it down under the wheel. There. You do the same again with this end. So then all you do, centralise it. Centralise it. And if you remember what the weight was on it, it was 80. Now we'll see what this should weigh. It should be a lot better. Grams. It's 88. It was 80 before, so you've added 8 to it. It should be a lot better. It shouldn't bounce as much on going round. So that's how I put weight in a model train rolling stock. Thank you for looking at my videos, and if you like my content, subscribe, hit the notifications, and don't forget, look out for all my content coming out. Thank you all. From Anfield Road Layout in the Loft, and subscribe to my channel, and if you do subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell and click all. Thank you from Anfield Road Layout in the Loft.